It's
Yeah.
always there.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, I can recollect the previous points that I was having. Like I was in the .NET programming. Okay, I was actually after .NET, MVC came into picture with .NET MVC. Then with MVC came the AngularJS. So that ripple effects that happens. So I was working for AngularJS. Till then, I have a friend who was working in Pega. Okay,
Mm.
and they used to call the niche technology. And I said, "Hi, थोड़ा संभल के ये टूल टूल कितना दिन चलेगा so that competitive they have some competitive advantage but I was not able to understand कि ये competitive exam advantage ये digital I don't understand for me I'm a hardcore developer and this is being surviving for so many years is going to survive for a very long year but tools I was very so
Hesitant.
when I came to AngularJS, then this single page application actually started saying that single page application is more better, is more responsive and all blah blah blah. Those started. Then the flat like we used to when we used to do the database design, right? The data modeling with the connections with data model. So we used to go with different layers. It's not like a direct pull and show it. No, there's a lot of layers that happens. Okay. Now with Angular, just what happens is then we started thinking they are rolling back. They are going to flat files. Okay, everything is more like a flat file. Then then suddenly something struck me. I said, my whatever I've learned till today, okay, that these are the core, these are the foundations, these are the now it's going for a toss.
Yeah.
Now and my one of my friend who was working in marketing cloud said, Sasi, do you want to join this market? I said, I am not interested. You know, I'm an Angular JS developer, which I'm learning. I'm not going to such tools. But somehow I got introduced and I started. Initially, I felt very boring. Button click, some button, and if you don't know anything, raise a ticket. Okay, now
Yeah.
the ticket will respond to you. Then only you are going to proceed. I don't like waiting for a ticket. Even and what suddenly arises in one of a project is a big project. Like in small project, you don't have much of option to explore. And suddenly, I got a big project. Okay, where there we had a Salesforce architect, and he was designing so many good things using AMP script. Okay,
Mm.
and I said, "Arey, why nobody introduced me to this part of a program?" Yeah.
Yeah, the
Then
development part.
then I started challenging the architect. Okay,
Mm.
why you wrote this? I can write this in this way. Okay, he was little, I'm challenging an architect being a developer, so you can imagine that time.
Mm.
So, uh, what happened was, then slowly I was engaging to the client. Okay, and in one of the Scrum call, he asked me a question. I said, I can do better than the architect. And then it got struck in saying, uh, he's charging this much, and the I'm from Cognizant is charging less, right? And a developer, obviously, I'm a developer, so the price is obviously low. So I said, Sasi, do you want to give a try? I said, obviously, I'll make sure it's better than that person because I know Angular, this I know macro programming and everything. Okay,
Yeah.
so I got cloud page. Then cloud base for me is like I can develop a website out of it. So
Yeah.
then my interest started. Then I was like, I got a challenge, that I can show somebody like I can do something in this marketing cloud also using programming. So that's why it started. So then I now after that once I started this blog and also right blog and all this that a friend who is in Pega said you came to digital marketing now. Used to say so many silly things to me. Okay. Now I said, okay, people change, time change.
Yeah, we have
That's
to go
that's
with the
happening.
flow when it comes to the go, right? Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So coming back to you is like okay. So you started with this marketing champion, right? So that's why you created those videos and all as a part of helping the community and all. And uh, when you started with this getting this MVP, the first when you started for it.
So that actually came in, I believe, in 21, actually. So the champion program was even before that. So at that time we were not even thinking about the MVP and all that, right? So usually these things, they automatically come, like, somehow somebody nominates, it comes automatically. So
Mm.
uh, the champion program, on the other hand, is something we volunteer for. Okay, so
Mm.
in 2020, I think it opened out, and there before that also, I think there were different champion programs like Lightning Champion, Einstein Champion, Analytics. There were different types of champion programs, and Marketing Champion program just started. And because I
Mm.
was looking into marketing cloud and I was training teams, and we were looking at, I was doing this automation studio things and all that, I saw this is a good opportunity. I know we can actually give back. Like, it's a good thing. I can do something and they can contribute to the community, right? And I was also like one of the group leaders here, so I thought, okay, it's another way to do it. We can give back, and through this, it makes it much more easier. So I joined. I said, okay, I'm interested in this program. I want to volunteer for it. And that is the difference. Like the champion program, you have to volunteer, and you have to say every quarter you will do certain activities for the
Mm.
community. So that is
Okay.
something that you're self volunteering for that, right?
Mhm.
MVP, on the other hand, is not like that. MVP is like, it is nominated by the community, and then there is a central Trailblazer community team is there, like, and then some Salesforce folks will be there, existing MVPs will be there, so they will all take a call of, okay, who are the nominees, and is it like, because there will be a lot of nominations, so they will actually go through the process of reviewing it every year and see, like, okay, who are the people who we think are qualified to become the next set of MVPs, right?
Mm.
There is no hard and fast rule there, but there are certain qualities they will look for. Like, I think when you do look at the nomination page, you will see, like,
Mm.
leadership, generosity, and then expertise. So three of these,
Mm.
you need to have all three of these at some good level. Like, if you lack in any one of these levels, they may or may not go through. Like, so in
Mm.
existing MVPs also have a say in, like, actually going and, like, vouching. If they really find somebody who is really good, they can go and, like, nominate as well, or like, vote for them as well.
Mm.
No issue. But,
Mm.
but usually you will see like people, I know people ask this question as well, like, okay, did you want to become an MVP, or like, okay, how would I want to become? So that's why I usually tell them, like, guys, we don't do things to become an MVP. Like, when you do
Oh.
things for community, like automatically, if the community may recognize, they may come back. Even if you don't get the title, doesn't mean that you should stop contributing. I've
Mm.
seen people, like, who actually contributed quite a bit, and then, like, they were looking for an MVP title, they
Ah.
did not get MVP, and then next year they will not do it. So that itself shows, like, okay, that you are trying to get there. That should not be the way. Like,
Oh,
you get
yeah.
it or you don't get it. It's end of the day, it's a passion that you have and you want to contribute. Whenever you have some time, you want to give back to the community. That is the most important thing, right? So
Mm.
the titles things are there. It will follow that the Salesforce actually, like, wants few advocates, like, specifically like MVPs who
Mm.
can, people can go, they can actually reach out to and help them, because everywhere Salesforce cannot go, right? So they
Mm.
want some people in the community who can be their advocates. So they look for
Mm.
people who are really, who can influence, motivate people, and maybe that is some of the things that they look for as well.
Yeah.
So there is no rule like, okay, if you do this many blogs, this many videos, this many things like that, become it
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
come out like
Actually, yeah. Actually, yeah. Uh, I was not used to this social media initially because
that.
I come from Cognizant. We have a big, good member of teams who are very good, and we internally used to troubleshoot and find any issues that we have. It. So, if you remember, I was the first person. I basically pinged you, okay,
Yeah.
in the asking for some help, and you
Yes.
basically gave me a link to the Trailhead. Okay,
Yeah.
that actually opened me a Pandora box for me. I never knew all these things that is happening in the ecosystem. Okay, and when I saw that, I was helping my internal team, helping them how to understand marketing cloud and teaching them, right. And I used to conduct sessions in the internal team, and when I saw there, I saw like, okay, this is interesting. Yeah, people are asking questions, and I can help, right?
Yeah.
And I like helping people actually. That is comes within. It's not like So
Yeah.
I started writing an answer. So initially, everybody was looking for answer from Matthews. Okay, no matter
See,
what you write, it is
yeah,
always
yeah.
the name that actually it reflects there. So no matter how good I write an answer, if Matthews comes there, then he's going to get the best answer. Okay.
Okay.
So I said, how this is going to happen? They said, I'm going to take on Matthews then. So then wherever Matthews used to answer, I used to go, and I also go and answer there. Now you people now to decide, like, let's see. So I took it as a challenge, saying that it's not like he having something issue with him, just like saying that I gave a good answer, but even Matthews write high, then he will get a best answer, to be honest. Okay. So then I went there, and then I started answering. And sometimes I think, yeah, because I was actually going back to Matthews. Like, I followed Matthews, right? I get all the answers what's given Matthews. Then I start writing answer. Sometimes I know he got irritated with me also because I used to right there. Okay. Then later on he realized, okay, this guy is contributing. Okay, he actually not bluffing here. He's just giving an answer. And then he nominated me for the Brandy Award. Okay.
Okay. Also, yeah,
Then I
yeah, I saw. It was very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Then he appreciated. Then I said, then he understood, like, I was not actually doing something wrong, but I was trying to share this in actually is more with the Indian community, you know. Uh, so I was trying to say, see, we are also trying to contribute. So give some little respect, right? So that was my initial thought was. Then later people once started understanding. Then I got, like, I was flooded with questions. Okay,
Hmm.
not only in Trailhead but in LinkedIn and any else. Then I start, Baba. I don't know how Matthews manages. Okay, he's a genius.
Hmm.
I can't manage that way writing an answer. So I thought, let me get some common questions and create a blog. So I was like escaping from giving all the answers. Okay, so I created a blog. And then I used to go and say yellow. You get it done. Now people you refer to for every similar questions. That happened, but again the fraud even increased,
Okay.
and the fraud increased, and they were like, people came to me say that they want one-to-one training and they want to pay money and all. I said I don't
Yeah.
have that principle of asking for money. What I'm going to do, I'm going to teach them. Okay, so I started creating. I have a session today also for journey builder today. So I started a session. Okay, now I can't, a single person can't mentor 200 people, right? I can mentor maximum 10 people. So I started doing that. The news flow went through someone that's assisting. Then they started getting angry. A lot of messages that came with a very angry statements and all, like हमने तुम्हारा क्या बिगाड़ा टाइप का
Okay.
so I felt guilty saying that, okay, I was trying to help the community. Now if somebody is saying that they really basically somebody comes with really real desire of learning. Okay,
Hmm.
some in the superficial level we understand who is asking what, right? Then I said, okay. Then somebody suggested put it on YouTube. Then I said, okay, let me put it. And but when you're making it public, you have to very sure like what you're putting in, because
Yeah.
criticism to चारों एंगल से आता है, and the video quality and all. And कभी zoom, you are doing a zoom so much or you're doing a crop, हालत खराब.
Yeah. I
So
have
but
seen my
I
fair
keep.
share. Yeah, I mean, so you see, you cannot make everyone happy, right? I mean, yeah,
Hmm.
if at least, but good thing is I look at feedback every time, like whatever feedback I get, wherever I can give reply, I will give reply. Wherever, like, even if it is a negative comment, I will use it to so that I can learn for my next mistake. Like my initial videos, I told you, right? Sound was very bad. It was very
Hmm.
low, and then what I did is because of that, I invested in actual getting a good mic and system for recording and all that. So if you really want to go after it, like those are things you would invest in, right? No, so people told me, like, and I went and learned, okay, how do I make sure, when what are the settings I need to keep when I do recording things, like that. So future videos, I think it might have improved, but there are still mistakes we make. Like, we are also human, something will happen. End of the day, I only look at, okay, is anybody getting any benefit out of it? At least one person gets, I am happy, no problem. So no issue.
Mine is the same philosophy. Like I don't care with the quality. I don't care like how it's going, because obviously I've been trying slowly and slowly. Like I've been trying to buy a tripod cable. I'm not very fond with gadgets and all. I don't like gadgets. But still, for them, I bought that one. I bought that mic also, and what I also did was I bought this Google, uh, this Google Drive and all. So with
Uh,
my domain and all. So
yes, yes,
uh, that comes with the interest. It's not basically to show somebody something. It's like if one single person is getting benefited, I'm happy, right?
correct.
Uh,
Yeah,
I have a 1 hour 1 hour session, but it always goes to 2 and 2 hours all every time, because if I feel like happy, like somebody's asking a question, then I feel like okay, usko samajh aaya, he understood. That's why he's asking some question. Now it's my responsibility. I have to clarify it.
yeah,
Otherwise, I'm not not being justified to what I'm teaching, right?
correct.
So
Yeah,
that happens. So this common thing, I think, the way you started and the way I'm starting, yeah. And if somebody is saying कि भाई तेरे subscriber, yeah, I don't care about. I never go and say subscribe. I don't like that, because my intention is to just help people, those who want to learn, and those who want to learn, they are always thirsty. They will definitely
yeah,
find a solution कि कहाँ से कैसे जाना है, and you need to learn, right? So
true.
that is the way it is. So coming
Uh,
back to you again, one is one thing actually very interesting is that simplicity. Okay, not everybody can hold on to that simplicity. Now you see, golden. I'll tell you about golden Nudi. One thing is
okay.
what happens is in Cognizant. I actually, when I was in trainer, I started getting awards like best answer, spotlight, okay, rising stars, tung tung tung, like one after one after another that started happening. Then, obviously, sometimes you have to show to your leadership, otherwise, they will how they will come to know. I have to basically tell them. So I used to be little afraid of, telling myself like chest thumping. That is little difficult, right? So in the group, I used to ping. Like the whole team is there for marketing cloud. I used to ping there. And one of my friend used to say, "So see, you need to get a golden hoodie. Then only people will recognize you." You know.
Okay.
And uh, I actually I don't look into this MVP or golden hoodie. If it happens, it happens. It's not like I'm looking for that role, right? It's
Mm,
not what is the cause for it. I don't really if it brings me more like I'm doing this conversation, to be honest, like after this all this meeting that I had, okay, for Amscreen Implement, what I saw was this new generation people get discouraged very easily. Okay,
okay.
now I'm a more technical guy. So what I do, I explain very go inside, like doing
Okay.
like a postmortem kind of thing, right?
Mm,
Now they will like going above the head, and they get discouraged. Okay, so I thought,
okay.
for them, I thought, why I'll bring everyone who you people are being respected, like you, Rob, Cameron, right? And I'm trying to pursue Matthews also, and others. I'll bring Greg and everyone here, and ask them to share their story. Let them hear, and let them understand that everybody faces that issue in the initial phase. And if you have the passion and if you continue, then you're going. So that is the motivation that I'm doing this conversation. Okay.
Sure.
So I gave a long chat here, but yeah, I was
Yes.
coming to this golden hoodie, right? You are an MVP, you are marketing champion. Now you are the most shortest speaker in every forum, right?
Uh, I
So
don't think so. There are more expert speakers than me. Like, I- if you look
no,
at, I
but
don't speak too much in session. I've hardly spoken in actual public forums too much. Like, very few here and there only I speak.
no,
Like,
but
like,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
I,
Sorry.
I don't agree with what you're saying that you are there are more other expert. I agree they're experts, but if everybody watches your YouTube, okay, like especially I'll tell you, I remember one very interesting one is the Weibo, when
Huh.
you integrate it with the Zoom and all, right?
So, yeah.
So
Huh.
It's not like I don't consider, I if I remember, only one people that comes in my head is that is Greek. Okay,
Ah, correct.
I
Yeah.
he nobody can beat him. I feel that way. Okay, nobody can beat him in the technical aspects. Others like I don't feel like somebody can come and say I know everything. Not even Greek.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm in Markel, so Greek is in Markel, right?
I-
So for me, I have a very easy way out to reach out to him, and I
yes.
know him that how he answers. Okay, he never says I know. I haven't seen a single instance that he say, "Oh, this is a solution." No. Okay, if he doesn't know, he doesn't know.
Correct.
So that humbleness like he has, you have that. Actually, you have the simplicity actually. And why I was coming to the simplicity was like even you see, there are a lot of people. I don't want to name them, but you know how they publicize themselves. And if I ask them to come for a conversation, they are very scared. Okay, and you know the reason why they are scared. ओके यू नो ओके ये बोल कि हम तो बस ऐसे ही डाल देते हैं हमको पता नहीं रहता है डाल देते हैं लोग उसको लाइक सो एक्चुअली
Okay.
एंड व्हेन आई कॉल देम एंड से so I don't want to okay let's not go there because I don't want to say anything bad or so uh, how you have maintained this aura actually like being very simple and very kind and helping everyone every time.
Okay. uh, like I said, Shashi, like I work a lot with teams, right? So I'm not saying like I'm the most patient person ever. Like I have my own negative things also. Like but whenever possible, like when you meet with people, we try. See, at times like you'll be very busy. Sometimes you cannot help answer things like but whenever possible, when somebody reaches, and you should also understand like the reason why somebody is reaching out to you is because they feel that okay you can help them, they are in some desperate measure, things like that. So if it is something that I can help with, I will definitely help. It comes as something that your journey in your your work journey and your life, if you have seen how other people have helped you, you will also feel like helping others. So I have received help from many of my mentors in throughout my journey. So I've seen the benefits of it. So definitely I also feel like okay, I mean, here's the other point to it. The more you help people, the more you also learn. Okay, so even when
Mm,
you created, like you said, you created blogs, you were answering community, right? Every time we do something, we have to prepare for that. We have to ensure that, see, I'm giving some knowledge to that person, I shouldn't be giving wrong information, it should be something that is correct, right? So
yeah.
that I have to go validate. And even if I don't know, and many a times, like you said, I don't know a lot of stuff.
Mm,
If you ask me today, people think I am marketing cloud expert. I am
mm,
not a marketing cloud expert. I know marketing cloud, and जितना भी what I know, I will share that. Whoever comes and asks, whatever I know, I will tell. If I don't know, I will say I don't know, but let me go find out for you. Yeah, because I'm also interested, very curious. Like if somebody asks a question, I'll say, this one I never thought about. Let me see how we can do it. Right? We will go search about it and then
mm,
figure out and say, by I don't know this one. Maybe why don't you try this? It might work out.
mm,
And in many cases, it might. Sometimes I'll say, guys, it is on Stack Exchange. Go search because
mm,
this is something I'm sure people have done before. Search, and if they can't, I will do the search. I will do the search and say, please check this post here. There are a lot of things that people have tried here. Can you try this? So that is what we do. So that effort. Then I try telling people when I meet them, guys, so make an effort. Okay, there are few things that you
yeah,
can do. You
exactly.
can go do some searching. I'm pretty sure this has been the platform has been there for a long time. Try find out what you have tried, and don't simply come and say like, okay, I don't know, I just gave up. So
Mm,
today
yeah.
generation, I usually tell them, guys, search. There's things on the internet. You tried it. If you fail, then you let us so that we can actually help. I can tell you like, okay, if this doesn't work, maybe try this one or some other idea. We can brainstorm. So those things
Mm,
we can always try and do. No issues.
yeah, yeah. Actually, that is very true because what happens is first when we go, like me, I don't feel like I know everything. Like
Hmm.
what I feel like. I go there. I feel today maybe like I feel like I know everything. But tomorrow, if I see another question somebody has asked and I don't know, okay, now I say, oh baba, yes, I haven't learned this, right? Now what I started going to do is I'm going to search what is this
Correct.
answer for. Either if I don't know, then I will go to how to stack, how to SFMC. I'm going
Yeah.
to ask the question there. Okay,
Correct.
like
Mm.
somebody had asked this question, tell me, I want to learn, because that becomes my interesting point, like, oh, how did I miss this point, right? So that every time it happens. And another point is I keep on bouncing off ideas. Like
Mm.
somebody asks a question, I haven't done it, so I say I
Mm.
haven't done in my project till now, but I feel this is logically correct, and this
Mm.
is where you can try, give a try. And one thing I make sure that I'll follow that person. I'll say, did you try it? What
Yeah.
happened after that? Let me know. I'm very curious to know that.
True, true. Yeah, because
So
you never know. Sometimes you might come across that scenario. Somebody else might ask the same question. So
mm,
you want to know, did I help or did I go the wrong way? Then I should correct
yeah.
myself and make sure next time I do it correctly, right? So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and once and if the person is like somebody are very responsive, somebody one just put a question and they wait for an answer. They are not going to reply or do anything. But somebody replies and says, "Actually, I tried. I didn't. This didn't happen," and then it gives us an adrenaline rush, saying that, "Okay, now I am going to sit down. Now I am going to
Yeah,
try it. I want to
yeah,
find out." Then only the blog will come.
correct.
So I don't write a simple, like, like what is this or what is this. I don't write. I see if somebody has stuck with some problem, and the person is not able to help. There are so many excellent blogs, right, all around, and everybody knows there is so much of information nowadays. For 5 years back, I don't think we had this kind of a
Yeah,
information. Then if I find that, okay, nobody had actually answered it because it is little complex. Like I remember one of your blog where you said like that bulk API,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Mm,
I saw there and I saw, okay, here was a sales cloud. Okay. So I thought Viva has little difference. So I
mm.
created and I posted that blog and I said, first I learned from you, your blog, and I then created a blog
You
and
can
posted it.
apply it. Yeah, you can apply the logic, right? So it's
Yeah.
very good. Yeah,
Yeah,
super.
so that how I actually learn, and I was learning from every one of you, like from you, and yeah, the basically that is the main reason, right? So how people actually, to everyone, what I'm trying to say, not to you, but everyone, whoever will watch today or tomorrow or 1 year, 2 year back. Okay,
Even I
so
actually learned from people like Eliot and Greg, right? So Eliot
mm,
has been in Australia. So I actually went to one of his boot camps in Singapore. So he was one
mm,
of my first mentors, and he was like, that is when I really wow. He was like, no, I it made me more curious about marketing cloud and getting more into it
mm,
and all that. So he was one of my first motivators. And then when I came into how to SFMC, Greg and team was there. So there was a bunch of folks like, and Greg is also one of my mentors. Like, and I really admire because his SSTS blogs are super. You know, and I became a big fan of SSJS because of his blogs. Like, I like
yeah,
AmScript. Nothing that I don't like about it, but there is something about SSJS that, like, if you ask me to write something,
mm,
develop it something, my first preference will be go to SSJS than AmScript. I don't know, for some
true,
reason that's what I do.
true,
Hmm.
yeah,
And that is one of the sessions I usually take for people, because most of the people that I when I meet, right, especially our community folks, they are afraid to do SSJS.
ah,
I'm saying, like, you, it is very powerful. I know maybe you have to learn JavaScript a bit, but it is very, very, very powerful. It's very
mm.
good. If you once you learn, you get the hang of it. It is very nice. Like,
Yeah.
so, yeah,
If people get used to SSS, they will never
yeah.
come back to
That's
AmScript.
good.
So
Yeah,
same thing for me. I was able to relate to AmScript, but the more trouble area for me was like when we create a function. Okay,
mm,
we pass the parameters to the function,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that is the pain point area for AmScript where I can't pass a parameter.
yeah,
There is
yeah.
a predefined function. Either you want to call, you call. You don't want to call, go to hell.